There's now a giant hole in the car. The problems we had back here is a mounting point there, and just the tension of it shifting around was holding it up, so we had to take the whole assembly off. The first man in the hole of the Acty. Historic. You just sit there, and walk on the ground at the same time. We can take this thing camping. We can hook a camper toilet up here. You can go away. Why did we have the tallest person do this? And we are back. Sorry about the intermission. I bought a house, they bought a house, stuff broke in our houses, I converted my home to net zero carbon emissions. We continued working on the car off and on now and then, but it was editing the videos that really fell behind. We're on to figuring out how to machine new mechanical parts, but before I can show you that, first I have to edit the backlog of stuff we did back in 2023. Now, we last saw our heroes as they removed the internal combustion engine from the Acty, but the engine wasn't the only thing that needed to be removed. There were coolant hoses and gas tanks and all kinds of things that went with it, and those things would also have to go. It really takes a staggering amount of fluids to keep an internal combustion engine moving. Electric drivetrains are, mechanically, much simpler.
Strap in the fuel tank up so we can remove these bolts to take the fuel tank out. These coolant hoses and stuff here, we probably can get rid of all that too. We've got the 3 bolts out of the fuel tank, and now it is free floating, held up by these straps that we put on here. There's fuel lines that go up into the top. We were actually thinking about cutting them based on a video that we saw. Actually, I think we can just remove them from where they're attached here. There's also a fuel pump cable here. Looks like it can disconnect right from here. We actually can do this without breaking anything. I'm not sure why they had to make every single one of these different. Got the jack under the fuel tank here. These straps holding it up, so we're just going to loosen the straps and then gently lower it. Okay, fuel tank is now on the ground. There are these little fuel lines here that we still have to get out, but they're behind a lot of stuff. So before we do those, we're doing some of these coolant hoses that run the length of the vehicle. They're just all held on by some bolts and some brackets. Tom and Jason working on taking some of this stuff apart.
This just happened. Now, can you see what I did? So remember how I made that hilarious joke about I was going to use this to cut hoses? I feel like I'm attacking a boss with like multiple health bars. Jason, you handed me like fucking 19th century surgical scissors. The last time these scissors were used on the battlefield of Antietam, I gave the guy some whiskey and told him to bite down on a leather strap and cut off his legs with these. I'm attempting acupuncture on this coolant hose. You know what's crazy is I'm sitting up and I can see everything that's happening under here.
Removing this bracket from the brake line because I need to move the brake line out of the way to get this fucker. It's break time and I'm being stumped by a donut box. There's the culprit.
They've handed me this manly knife. I'm halfway through it. Kids, try this at home. It's fun and safe. Ah, fucker. Got it. It's gone.
Now, if you've been following us for a long time, you know we have some trauma associated with the bumper. But we do have to remove the bumper again today to get that radiator out. And I think Tom might have just eaten some coolant.
I was saying in the last video that it looked delicious, so
yeah, I
brought this on myself.
Tastes like green.
And with my head right here, I mean, you can see what happened, but let me just show you.
Bedpan time. Shake the drip. This is the typical Saturday afternoon for me.
Push it forward. It's the fact that we would need to turn to get around this, and there's this thing.
Here, what happens if I just turn the wheel?
Good. Better.
That's as rotated as it's gonna get.
That made it worse. Okay. Don't think I got most of that on camera, but oh yeah, I was just recording the muffler. Okay, well, it's out. I'm sorry, I needed 2 hands.
Many episodes ago, we replaced this piece here, and it is covered in rust. I'm hoping it's just surface rust, but it's likely that we'll have to remove that and at least try to clean it up. The old one is still fine. Get out of the room!
We missed it.
Leave us alone.
Fell on him. Bumper. I just met her. Whenever the Acty's like this, I always feel like it's like an old lady with her dentures out. There's a clasp and a hose here. There's a bolt, not that bolt, here and one here. I think the rest of it's all stuff underneath.
Removing some bolts.
We're underneath looking toward the radiator. This is like a metal lip. We're gonna take them off and we're gonna get a better look at it. And we're also trying not to go right under those hoses that I cut. They occasionally still drip. Here's another Honda PP.
It's been a lot of hot to pee today.
Oh, there we go.
My expression is one of those where you're like having sex in an awkward position, but it's really working for your partner.
Now I feel like I've taken off its jaw. Had to cut another tube. That was a lot of fun. Laugh a minute, thrill ride. I think there's something up here and there's this. I hate this fucking thing. This clamp is no longer a problem.
I don't know,
It knows the penalty for not cooperating. I got the knife right here. This baby's coming out.
Lovely. It's plugged in still.
Couldn't see that one. Jason, you have the magic touch for the electrical connectors. Well, he might not actually be any better, but he's certainly more patient. Found its one weakness.
Well, taking it out of the bracket is a lot easier.
There we are. It looks like it got its front teeth punched out in a fight. I'm not sure that we have anything that needs to go where the radiator was. It's possible that could be where we put the heating elements.
Jason's working on putting this all back together.
4 bolts that hold this thing on, and then there's this bolt that goes up through here. You have to put a nut in here. This basically keeps the leaf strings aligned.
We don't know if it matters, and you can say in the comments if it does, but we're just covering up the ends of these fuel lines just so the fumes don't escape quite as quickly. That's even better. Beautiful. Tom does all of his own stunts, except for the stuff that's really hard. We get Jason to do that.
Safety first, kids. This looks harder from underneath than it is from up there.
Right. I feel like you should go manipulate the shifter while he does it.
Ta-da!
Incredible.
The baby noise? You need to make a noise. I don't mean edit it in. I think you need to make a noise.
You can hide a half dozen clowns under here and have them crawl out. I'm haunted by the comment on our second video that predicted we'd finish in 2030. Well, internet jerk, you were probably right. But in the meantime, we'll keep doing our thing and see how it goes. Join us next time when we will finish removing the old gas engine components that we don't need. See you again in a couple years.